just a agency driver vlog. A scenario you'll find if you're an agency driver. You see, as soon as you, well, it's different now, it's changed, but when I first started doing agency driving probably nine and a half years ago now, sorry. Right. About 9.5, nearly 10 years ago. Used to walk into a place, you get given an application form, all the paperwork you've got to sign, because you're going to be driving other people's vehicles, and they've got insurance and everything else. There's a lot to actually put to fill out as an agency driver. Then what you do is you fill the forms out, then you have an interview, with the person, produce your licences and everything else, and then you get work. And they'll give you work. You have to wait. A good agency will get you working quite quickly, and depending on how good you are, you'll get work based on how good you are and how often the company you've been sent to wants you to work. But for them, via the agency. But the thing is that you're always waiting for. You can be waiting for work, because sometimes there can be nothing booked on a month. You can finish your last assignment on a Friday, and there can be nothing booked probably sometimes for the Monday. That may come in over the weekend. It may come in Monday morning. So I used to get to a stage where it's Monday morning, but you need to work. You need to do 5 days a week work, don't you? So you need to get the Monday morning work. 8 o'clock comes, no work. 9 o'clock comes, no work. 10 o'clock comes, no work. Then you've got a decision. Do you keep waiting for the phone to ring? Because a driver can do a 15-hour day. You may get the company phoning the agency last minute that wants you to do. You could do a 15-hour day. 10 o'clock, but you won't get it then. You'll get a short day. But at 10 o'clock, that was it. I used to wait till 10 o'clock. If there was no work at 10 o'clock, that was it. I'd close my day. I wouldn't work that day. Because then it snowballs into the next day, which means it prevents you from getting an early start. So you might have a 5 o'clock start the next day. But if you started late the previous day, you're going to have to turn down a good day the next day, and a good early day start, early finish, because you're still working out late the day before. Then you've got to cancel, because then even with your reduced rest, you can't do it. That's why I used to always close my day off at 10 o'clock with no work. I used to treat that as a day's holiday. That was it. And that's just how agency driver mindset. Yes, there's no work for today, but you've got to plan for tomorrow, because there may be an early start tomorrow, which you can't do if you're doing a late day today. Yeah, that's just the way I used to do it. And it used to work. So as long as I was in a fast food breakfast before 10:30, that was my day finished, whether I had work. If there was no work, I used to then plan my own day. Just the way I used to do it. Not everyone does the same thing, but it is, because then it snowballs, and then you've got to get. I'll do another video, but when you get the first Monday of the week, you can only then work 4 days if you do it, depending on how you work your week. I'll do another video because this data will probably back up. It's carrying on. Don't know what. But so then you're under pressure to get 4 days work from the Tuesday. What happens if you don't get a day on the Tuesday? Then you've only got 3 days to get a week's work in. And you've got rent and bills and whatever, mortgage, whatever. Then you're struggling. But then you get another problem. If you get 3 days work and there's a Saturday, do you take the Saturday? But then you need to get your weekly rest in. And I used to only ever do, majority of the time, very, very rarely, I used to work Saturday. We work Saturday or Sunday, because that's my weekly rest. So then I haven't got to do the 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. I just do the 5 days a week, 2 days a week off every weekend. That's my weekly rest automatically taken care of. That's how I used to like it. So that I don't have to plan my weekly rest. It's automatically, I get the weekly rest. E.g. not working on the weekends. And then I start each week brand new on a Monday. 5 days. I've got 5 days to earn 3 days. And then I used to think, I only aim to get 3 days. So if I only get 3 days, I'm happy. If I get the 4th day, it's like Saturday overtime. And the 5th day is like a Sunday, double time. That's how I used to plan my week. So that I can live on 3 days. 4 days is a bonus and 5 days is happy days. Then you don't have your lifestyle based on you need to get 5 days agency work, because sometimes you don't. And then you get them, oh, make sure you give the agency a ring because they've probably forgotten about you. No, they can only give you work if they've got it. They know where you are. If they get work come in. It's just the way I used to do my agency work when I used to do agency. I've done it for 8 years, so I've done it. Usually after 10 o'clock, nothing much comes in. And if it does, it ruins the next day. So I prefer not to ruin the next day by not taking that day. Because then it just snowballs into your week. It just messes your week up. How I still update, I don't know. 6 minutes 40. Hopefully this gives you new agency drivers an insight. There's plenty of work out there on agency. Although now you have to do it through the app, which is